Okay, good morning, everybody. I hope you are all well and healthy at home. This tutorial is for assignment 2 under the Unit 5 Lesson 6 homework. So the first part I'm going to show you is finding the slope graphically. When you log into Delta Math, you can see your assignments on the left side. So I'm going to click on Find the Slope Graphically. And I already did 2 problems, which you can see up at the top. But I'm going to do this third problem now. So it says draw a line representing the rise and a line representing the run of the line. So I actually have to draw those on the graph. State the slope of the line in simplest form. So if I look at the graph, right at the 3, it crosses the y-axis. And if I go down 3, that is my rise. In this case, it's going downward, so -3. And then I have to make a line for my run, which is from that point over to the 1. So I have gone down 3, over 1. Now I have to type that in simplest form, which this one's pretty easy because -3 divided by 1 is -3. I'm going to go down, put my answer in the box, -3, hit submit answer. Are you sure? Yes. And you'll see a green check mark appear. And then I'm going to hit next problem. Now, if I'm really not sure what to do, I have 2 options. I can click watch a help video, and it will show me an example. I can also click show example, which will bring up an example that was already done. And then I can go back to the original problem. So I'm going to do this one. Draw a line representing the rise and a line representing the run. State the slope of the line in simplest form. Okay, I'm going to erase this over here. And go back to drawing my line. So if I start at the y-intercept down here at -5, I know I have to get up to this point. So I'm going to go up to 1 and count my spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to go from there over. So click on 1 and over 2. Now there was an easier way to do this. I could have went up to the -2 and over 1. But I want to show you what happens if you draw a line that's a little bigger. So I'm up 6, right 2. Write that down. 6 over 2. If I'm not sure what that simplifies to, I can go up to the calculator up on the right hand side and click the calculator, and I'll type in 6 divided by 2, and it returns the answer of 3. So at this point I know my answer is 3. I'll go down to the box, click 3, submit answer, and check mark. Okay, now let's do another one and I'll show you what happens if you do it incorrectly. So it says draw a line representing the rise and the run. So I'm going to go and do the same thing that I've been doing. I'm going to click here. I want to get up to this point. So I'm going to go up 3 and then go right 3, go right 4. Okay, so my slope should be 3, 3 over 4. Let's say I typed that incorrectly and say I got that wrong and I did 4 over 3. So if I come down to the box and type in 4/3 and hit submit answer, it comes up with your answer is not correct. Try to find your mistake. You have 1 attempt remaining. So at this point, I know it's not 4 over 3. So I'm going to try to figure out what I did wrong. If I'm really not sure, I can click show example. and look at what they did. That may be enough to make me realize that I wrote them in the wrong order. I'm going to go back to the other problem. Oh, what happened? It took my lines away, so I need to do those again. I'm going to click on the 1, go up to 3, click on the 3, go right 4. Now I know that it's not 4 over 3. I was actually right the first time when I said 3 over 4. I'm going to go down, type in 3, 4, hit submit answer. Yes. Okay, so that's how you have to do the finding the slope graphically. I'm done with that. It shows me I have 5 out of 5. If I hit next, it says section complete. Congratulations. To move on to the next section, press the back button. I'm going to press back. And now go down to the second section. You'll see a check on what you've done. And click on finding the slope from points. And now I'm going to find the slope using 2 points. And if you did your workbook pages, you already have the formula. If you weren't sure of the formula and you hit show example, it's going to tell you the slope formula. So I know that slope is equal to, hard time writing on this, so hopefully y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And that's an equal sign. I'm going to go back to my original problem. And now I'm going to use that formula. So I have 2 sets of numbers. And we know that numbers are in the order of x, y. So if I name them, let's say this one's x1, this one's y1. Okay? And then this one is x2, and this one is y2. So now I'm going to go back over and actually use my formula. So I have to do y2 minus y1. So y2, negative 9, minus y1, which is also over here, that's also negative 9. I'm going to put that in parentheses so I don't confuse, over x2. x2 is 14, minus x1, which is 8. So now I actually have to do that, which I can do on my calculator if I need to. So I have negative 9 minus negative 9. If I go up and click on my calculator, I can type in negative 9 minus negative 9. And what's negative 9 minus negative 9? It's 0. So then I'm also going to do 14 minus 8. Which is 6. So I end up with 0 divided by 6. Let's see what happens when I do that. 0 divided by 6. So 0 divided by 6 is 0. From my calculator, let me close that so that you can see. I'm going to write that. 0 over 6, which is equal to 0. Go back to my answer. Type in 0. Submit answer. Yes. And I got that one right. Okay. So I am going to go and do the next problem. So what is the slope of the line that passes through 9, -1, 4, -11? So I'm going to do the same thing again. I need an x1 and a y1 and an x2 and a y2. My slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. y2 -11 minus y1 is -1 over x2 4 minus 9. Now I can use the calculator, or I can even use my phone calculator or my head. -11 plus 1 is -10. 4 minus 9 is -5. And same thing, -10 divided by -5 is 2. So I can go click in my answer spot and type in the number 2. Keyword there. Is that correct? Yes. And I got that one correct. So I'll move on to the next problem. Okay. Now I'm just going to erase this since my y2 and y1, x2, x1 are already labeled. And I'm just going to use the new points that I have. So I have 7, -6, 4, -6. So y2, -6, minus y1, -6, over x2, 4, minus 7. -6 plus 6 is 0, divided by -3. I can use the calculator, but 0 divided by anything is 0. Let me go back down to my spot, type in 0, hit submit answer. Okay, do one more. And I'm actually going to do a different one. Say give up. Notice how when I said give up, it marks it wrong. I'm going to go on to my next problem because I wanted one that wasn't 0 on the top. So let's do this again. So same thing, x1, y1, okay, x2, y2. I'm going to do y2, 3, minus y1, 0, over x2, -13, minus x1, -10. 3 minus 0 is 3. -13 minus -10 is -3. Now I can use my calculator if I want to and do 3 divided by -3, and that gives me -1. Yes. So just to review a couple things, notice that we always use the slope formula. For finding the slope from 2 points, you have to know that formula. And from that point, you can just plug in the numbers that you're given. Be careful with the negatives. You want to make sure if it's minus a negative that you put the negative in parentheses. And you can also use your calculator. So hopefully this will help with the issues that you're having with assignment 2. Let me know if you have any more questions, and hopefully I'll get to see you soon.